Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly Connect. In this video, we are going to learn how to add tag to ActiveCampaign contact when Trello card is moved to a specific list. So I have created Trello cards for some of my ActiveCampaign contacts. And now my objective is that as soon as a card inside Trello is moved to a specific list, then the contact for which I have created the card inside ActiveCampaign should get a tag. So how we are going to automate this entire process? For this, we will have to set up a connection between Trello and ActiveCampaign, and that we are going to do without any coding or programming skills with the help of Pabbly Connect. So Pabbly Connect works on two principles, trigger and action. So in trigger we are going to take Trello, and in action we are going to take ActiveCampaign, and we will connect all of them with the help of Pabbly Connect to automate this entire process. And to learn this entire automation step by step, let me take you all to my screen. In this video, we are going to learn how to add a tag to ActiveCampaign contacts whenever a card is going to be moved into a specific list in Trello. So I have created a board and some list for ActiveCampaign contacts inside Trello, which is an amazing task and project management software. And now my objective is that as soon as a particular card is going to be moved to a specific list inside a board of Trello, automatically that same contact for which the card is being created inside Trello should be tagged in ActiveCampaign. Alright, so this automation is basically for the existing contacts of ActiveCampaign. So whenever a card which we have already created for ActiveCampaign contacts inside Trello will be moved to a specific list, automatically and accordingly a tag will be provided to the existing contact of ActiveCampaign. For creating this automation, I'm going to set up a connection between my Trello account and ActiveCampaign, and that we are going to do without any coding or programming skills with the help of this amazing automation software Pabbly Connect. So this is the homepage of Pabbly Connect, where we can reach by tapping this URL pabbly.com/connect in our browser. After coming over here, we can find two options, sign in and sign up for free. So if you are an existing user, you can directly click on sign in, but if you are a new user, you have to click on this sign up for free button to create your free new account. Also, when you will create your account, you will get 100 free tasks every month to explore this amazing software and to test multiple automations. Now, as an existing user, I'm directly clicking on sign in. This is the all app section where we can find all the products which are offered by Pabbly. To create this automation, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. So let's click on access now. And it has taken us towards the dashboard of Pabbly Connect, where we can find all of our workflows which we have created, and we can also create folders over here according to our choice to save our workflows. Now to create a new workflow, we have to click on this create workflow option. Let's do that, and here a dialog box will appear in front of us. So it is asking us to provide a name to this workflow. So first of all, let us provide a name over here. Add tag to ActiveCampaign contact when Trello card moved to a list. After giving the name, here I'm going to select the folder in which I want to save this workflow. So I have created a folder named as Trello and ActiveCampaign automation. So I'm going to select that, and now let's click on create. As we have done that, we can find that two windows are open in front of us. First is the trigger and the other is action. So as I already told you that Pabbly Connect works on these two principles, trigger and actions. So basically these two are the main concepts or the building blocks of the entire automation of Pabbly Connect. Now the trigger here says when this happens, and the action says do this. That means the action is the response towards our trigger. So whatever we are going to select in our trigger is going to command the entire workflow, and the actions are going to follow that same command. Therefore, we can have only one trigger in any workflow, but we can have multiple actions as we want. Now let's suppose we are going to take Trello in our trigger and ActiveCampaign in our action. And our objective over here is that whenever a specific card inside Trello will be moved to a specific list, then automatically the response of that card should be captured over here, and accordingly the contact for which the card is being created should be tagged inside ActiveCampaign. Okay, so here we can clearly see that action is following what the trigger commands, because when the trigger happens, that means when the card is shifted from one list to another, then only the contact is tagged inside ActiveCampaign, otherwise not. So after understanding the concept of trigger and action, let's start creating the workflow step by step. First of all, we will select our trigger application. So our objective is that whenever a card will be moved to a specific list inside Trello, the response of that card should be captured over here in Pabbly Connect, and the workflow should get triggered with that response. So our trigger application over here will be Trello. So let's select that. Now we have to select our trigger event. Trigger event is the event on the happening of which the workflow is going to trigger or start. So we want that whenever a card will be moved to a specific list inside Trello, then the response should be captured. So card moved to a specific list will be our trigger event over here. As the card will be moved, the response will be captured over here, and with that response, the workflow is going to trigger instantly and automatically. Now let's click on connect, and I'm going to tell you how to build the connection between Trello and Pabbly Connect. So we will have to go towards add new connection first of all, but in case if you already have an existing connection, you can also go with that. To create a new connection, we have to provide username, API key and the token. So first of all, let's start with the API key. Now to get the API key, the instructions are provided to us here very clearly. First of all, you have to log into your Trello account, and after doing that, you have to just click on this hyperlink Power Up Admin Portal. So let's do that. And it has taken us towards the Power Ups and Integrations page. Now I have already created a Power Up integration over here with the name as PC2. To create a new one, you have to click on this new button. So here for creating new Power Up or integration, we have to provide some details. First of all, we have to provide the name of our integration. Let's say I'm going to give the name as test. Okay. Now you have to select the workspace in which you want to create this integration. So I'm going to select this mark. So I have selected this mark as workspace. Now for creating the integration, we also have to provide a connector URL. But because I'm creating it for getting the API key, therefore I'm going to ignore this field for now. Now the next we have to provide the email address, support contact and the author name, that who is creating this integration. So I'm going to give a random email over here. Let's say jane@pabblitudes.com. Here I'm going to select the support contact. Here I'm going to give the support contact email address and the author name will be, let's say, demo user. And now I'm going to click on create. As we have done that, we can find that our integration is ready. Now, if you already have an existing key, you can just use the same key over here by clicking on this use existing API key. But to generate a new API key, you have to click on this generate a new API key button. And as you will do that, let's click on generate API key button. And here the API key is ready. So let's just copy this. We will go back. So let us paste the API key over here. And now the next is username and the token. For getting both these details, once again, we will go towards the Power Up and Administration page. And here we can find the option of token. So let's select that. And it has taken us towards the page where our username is given. So first of all, let us copy this username. We will move back and paste it over here. And at last, now we have to find the token. So when we will scroll down this page, here the option of allow is given. When we will select allow, so the token is ready. So now just copy the token and we'll move back and paste it over here. Done. So in the same manner, you have to find all the details. After getting these details, let's click on save. And with this, we can find that Trello is successfully connected with Pabbly Connect. So we will move forward. Here we have to select the board name and the list. So my board name is ActiveCampaign and the list is given over here as ActiveCampaign contacts. My objective is that whenever a card created in this particular specific list will be moved to another list of this ActiveCampaign tagged contacts, then the workflow should trigger. Okay, so here our board and list is selected. But a very important note is given over here which we have to follow very carefully. It is given over here that follow the below steps. Use the action filter by Pabbly immediately after this trigger. Select the label action display translation key from the trigger response. Select the filter type equal to and fill the value field with action move card from list to list. Click save and send. So it is telling us that we have to immediately apply filter after the trigger response. Okay, so why it is asking us to apply filter immediately? Because whenever we are going to select Trello as our trigger application, a specific event cannot be selected for receiving the response. That means each and every event which is going to happen inside Trello, the response of that event is going to be captured in Pabbly Connect and the workflow is going to trigger for each and every event. But our objective is only for a specific event over here, that whenever a card move to a specific list, then only the workflow should get triggered and then the tag should be added to ActiveCampaign contacts. Otherwise, we do not want to run this workflow for each and every action step. So now before moving forward, let us first of all capture the trigger response. For that, I'm going to take you back towards Trello and here first of all, I'm going to create a new card in ActiveCampaign contact list. Okay, so I'm going to click on this add a card button. And now I'm going to give the title to this card as this card is for dummy user 39@pabblitudes.com. So I am creating new cards in Trello for existing contacts of ActiveCampaign. Therefore, I have selected the card title as this. And now as I have added this card, we will move back towards Pabbly Connect and here I'm going to click on save and send test request button. So it has started showing waiting for response. This means that now we have to do a test submission by moving the card which we have created from this ActiveCampaign contact list to another so that the response could be captured over here. So I'm going to click on this edit button and here I'm going to click on move and I'm going to select the list in which I want to move this card. So I want to move this card to ActiveCampaign tagged contacts and now I'm going to click on move. So the card is automatically added to ActiveCampaign tagged contacts. Now let's move forward towards Pabbly Connect and here we can find that we have received the response over here. So in the response we have receive all the details. When we will scroll down, here are multiple details we can find related to the card and the card title is also given over here. This card is for dummy user and here we have also received the translation key and the value for the translation key. So you can see that the action type over here is update card because we have updated a card but not created a new card. Okay, but now here when we have selected Trello as our action application inside Pabbly Connect, whenever any event will be happen inside Trello, the response of that event will be captured automatically inside Pabbly. So I'm going to show you an example for that. that. Okay, so I'm going to create a new card over here. Let's suppose test card. Okay, so I have added a new card over here, and as soon as we have added a card, we will move back towards Pabbly Connect, and I'm going to take you towards the history section. And you can see that here are 2 steps inside history. First step is obviously for the card which we have updated. That means when we have shifted a card from one list to another. And here we can find that another step is also given. So when I'm going to open the second history, so we can see that here the action type is not update card, but it is create card. That means when we have created a new card, the response of that card as well is captured inside Pabbly Connect. So for avoiding this situation, we are going to apply a filter over here. We are going to apply a filter condition over here that only when a specific event will be happen inside Trello, then the workflow should continue, otherwise no. So our specific event is card moved to a specific list. For that we have to use the translation key in the label of the filter, and the value will be this. Okay, so let's move forward. Here I'm going to select the action application as filter, and we have to select the action event, that is filter values. Now we'll click on connect. So filter is an amazing feature by Pabbly which allows us to set conditions inside our workflow according to our requirements. As we've selected filter, now we have to provide the condition, and it is given in the instructions very carefully that in the label of the filter you have to select the translation key. So in our previous response of Trello, we have already received the translation key. Let's select that, and when we have selected the translation key by using our previous response, that means it has become dynamic now, so it is going to change with each and every new response. So when we insert our data from our previous step, is called mapping. Mapping makes the data dynamic. That means now whenever we are going to receive a new response from Trello, automatically the translation key over here is going to be replaced with a new translation key of that new response. And but in case when we are going to select the condition, if the translation key will not be fulfilling the condition which we are setting over here, then the workflow will stop here only. Our filter type will be equal to, and now we have to select the value. So let's move towards our trigger step, and here in the instructions it is given that we have to use this as value. So let's just copy this and we will paste it over here. Done. So because we have added the value over here manually, that means it has become static, and now it will be same with each and every new response, but the translation key is going to be replaced. So whenever a new response will be captured, if the translation key will be equal to this value, the workflow will continue, but in case the translation key will not be equal to the value, the workflow will stop over here. So now let's move forward. After setting up the filter conditions inside this workflow, we want to get the email address of the contact for which we have created the card inside Trello, and we want to add a tag to that contact. Okay, for that we can find that in our trigger response, this is the text which we have received of the card. That means the title of the card. Inside this I have also received the email address. So now I'm going to extract this email address from this particular text. For that we have to click on this add action step button, and now we have to select the action application as text formatter. So with the help of text formatter, now we are going to format the text, but we are going to use basic formatting so that we will be able to extract the email address. Let's click on connect. With the help of text formatter, we can format the text according to our choice and workflow requirements. Now here we have to provide the string, that means the text which we want to format. So we want to format the name of the card. Okay, it is given over here. This card is for dummy user, and now I want to extract email address from this text. So I've selected the step. Now let's click on save and send test request button, and we can see that the response is received. So in this response we have also received the email address. Let's move forward, and now what our objective is. Our objective is to add a tag to this particular contact inside ActiveCampaign. For that, first of all, we have to search this contact inside ActiveCampaign. So let's click on this add action step button, and our action application here will be ActiveCampaign. Now we have to select the action event as search contact. Now we will click on connect, and here to build the connection with ActiveCampaign account, we have to go towards add new connection. If you already have an existing connection, you can again go with that, but to create a new connection you have to provide 2 details over your API key and the URL. For that, first of all, we have to go towards our ActiveCampaign account. We have to go towards settings section, and under here in the left side we can find the option of developer. Let's select that. This is the URL and the API keys. So first of all, we have copied the URL. We will go back and paste it over here in this section. But we have to make sure that inside the instructions it is given over here very clearly that from the URL we have to remove HTTPS and these 2 dash. So I'm going to just remove them. Okay, and this is our URL. Now the turn is of API key. Let's move back, and here the API key is also given over here. Let's just copy this. We will move back towards Pabbly Connect and paste it over here. Done. Let's click on save. And with this we have to connect our ActiveCampaign account with Pabbly Connect. Now it is asking us for the email which we want to search. Okay, so let's quickly map the email address which we have already extracted. Okay, and now let's click on save and send test request button. As we run that, we can see that here are all the details related to the contact. Okay, this is the email address. Here we can find the phone number, first name, last name, and when we will scroll down here, we can see that a very important thing is also given, that is contact ID. We will have to use this contact ID in the further step to add a tag to this contact. So let's click on this add action step button, and our final action application over here will be ActiveCampaign. Once again, let's select that. And now we have to select the action event, that will be add a tag to contact. Now we have to click on connect, and from the given options we will once again go with the existing connection only. Let's click on save, and here we have to provide the contact ID and the tag which we want to provide. So here we have to make sure that the contact ID which we are going to enter over here must be dynamic. That means it should get changed with each and every new response. Therefore, for doing that, we have to map that contact ID. So let's just turn this mapping button on. Here I'm going to delete the existing data from this field, and I will simply map the contact ID which we have already received. So I'm going to search for the contact. So this is the contact ID. Let's select that, and it is mapped. When we have mapped the contact ID, now it is going to be replaced with each and every new response. And now finally we have to select the tag which we want to provide. So my objective is that whenever a card inside Trello will be moved from a list to another specific list, then to those contacts inside ActiveCampaign, I want to provide urgent as tag. So I have selected urgent over here. Now we are going to click on save and send test request button. And here we have received the response. Because we have received this response, that means the tag is added to the contact dummy user. Let's go back towards ActiveCampaign, and here we can see that the dummy, and here we can see that this is the contact to whom we have added the tag. Let's select this contact to check, and we can see that yes, the tag is automatically added over here as urgent. This means that our workflow is perfectly successful. So let's summarize what we have done here inside workflow. We have taken very simple steps: trigger and action. In trigger we have taken Trello, and in action we have taken filter by Pabbly, text formatter by Pabbly, and ActiveCampaign. And we have connected all of them by using Pabbly Connect in such a way that now whenever a card will be moved to a specific list inside Trello, automatically the contact for which we have created that card will be tagged inside ActiveCampaign. Okay, so you can very easily create this automation. Now when we have completed the automation workflow successfully, let's just check this workflow whether it is working fine or not. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go back towards Trello, and here I'm going to create a new card first of all. So let's say this is for, let's say I'm going to create the card for this demo contact. Okay, so I'm going to go back here. I'm going to select, I have created a new card for this demo contact. Okay, so after creating this card, now I'm going to move this card towards this list, ActiveCampaign tag contacts. Okay, so as we have moved this card, now let's go and check whether automatically urgent tag is added to this contact inside ActiveCampaign or not. First of all, I'm going to refresh this page, and here I'm going to open the contact named as demo contact. And yes, here we can find that urgent tag is automatically provided to this contact. This means that our workflow is running perfectly fine. So you can very easily create this automation by following the same steps which I've told you in the video. It will enable you to automatically add a tag to your ActiveCampaign contacts whenever a card will be moved to a specific list inside Trello. So this was it in this video. I hope this was helpful for you. Thank you for watching. Not only these applications, but you can integrate multiple such applications without any coding or programming skills with the help of Pabbly Connect. Now, if you have any doubt, you can reach out to us at support@pabbly.com. If you want to ask any query, you can reach out to us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issue, you can reach out to the website given over here. Now, if you find this video helpful, do not forget to share it with your friends, and also please like our video and subscribe our channel for more such amazing automations.